Do you know how to wolf whistle?
Wolf whistle.
Wow. You are a pro, Dr.
You know what? I don't know the last time I did that.
It's probably for the best, particularly if you're traveling to France anytime soon. Men who wolf whistle or are aggressively lecherous to women on French streets face fines under a new law as an attempt to curb sexism and promote gender equality.
Awesome.
And yeah, I have to tell you.
Thank goodness.
I mean, we know that things are changing on this side of the pond to be politically correct, but the Frenchmen, you know, they're known for being a little...
And here they are.
Being a little bit of the pig, if you know what that means.
Wait, what is that post that I don't know how to pronounce it?
Hashtag balance ton porc, which means squeal on your pig, or sort of, you know, keep the pig at bay is sort of what it means in French. So this is...
So the idea, and I applaud this, because if that was customary and normalized in society for men to be quote-unquote pigs, you got to stop it somehow.
But I think it's a really interesting cultural difference, because when you look at Harvey Weinstein and the American movement of Me Too, that's a lot of women coming forward and admitting they've been harassed, versus the French model is call out your abuser, you know, take them to task, squeal on your pig. So it's a very different thing, because I think in this country, there's an epidemic of sexual harassment. The EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, basically has said that 75% of sexual harassment is not reported, that they really feel like even what's being reported is vastly, vastly underrepresentative of what's actually
part of that problem, of course, is because we tend to make the victims a bit at fault. We ask them questions like, what were you wearing that day?
Well,
how did you respond?
Victim shaming.
Right. And that does, you know, this is why I love this, because it's really turning it on its heels and saying, be empowered to call them out right there and give them a big fine.
You might remember this viral video called 10 Hours of Walking as a Woman that got over 45 million views. The woman was followed by a camera while she walked through the streets of New York City and experienced over 100 instances of verbal street harassment. One man even silently trailed her for 5 minutes. And I think that is an incredible experience for someone who maybe doesn't empathize, maybe a man who is one of these quote-unquote pigs, to realize what a woman walking through the city streets for 12 hours in a fairly progressive city, mind you, New York City, what someone like that can experience. 100 cases of street harassment in 12 hours?
Wow.
You were describing your scenario on the airplane.
I was flying from Paris to LA. We were talking about this before the show, and there was a gentleman sitting next to me who for literally 3 hours straight would not leave me alone. He kept making comments. He kept saying things completely inappropriate.
And you were captive.
I was captive. The cabin was full. So my first thing was I tried to ask the flight attendant, you know, is there anywhere I can, well, no, there's nowhere you can move. And I had gone to France to give a lecture, so I was flying by myself. And so thank goodness, I was saying to Dr. Stork, there was a man who was across the aisle who was just witnessing all of this. And then he got up and he said, hey, I'm going to trade seats with you. Because if you were my wife or you were my girlfriend, I would not want anyone to experience what you've been.
And that is a key takeaway in this for me as a male is that there are good men out there, and then there are men like the one sitting next to you. He probably thought he was probably getting a rise out of just harassing you for 3 hours. I don't know one woman who finds a man like that attractive, even if that's what you were just trying to do, right?
What is the expected outcome here? That you're going to say something derogatory to a woman, she's going to turn around and be like, yes, let's go on a date right now, baby. Let's go.
What are you thinking?